Denis, Istomin and Radu Albot are the last players who have reached the second round in New York after beating Mackenzie, McDonald and Karlovic form a set down. Istomin needed an hour and 37 minutes to dismiss the young American 4-6, 6-2, 6-3, recovering after the first set and losing only 11 points on serve in the rest of the encounter. Despite a great start, Mackenzie couldn't follow the rivals' pace in sets 2 and 3, unable to create any chance on the return and suffering 3 breaks to push Denis into round 2. In the most exciting match of the day, Radu Albot ousted Karlovic 6-7, 7-6, 7-6 in just 2 hours and 18 minutes, with the Croatian veteran suffering another tight loss despite blasting 37 aces and facing no break points in the entire match. He had a massive chance to score a win after creating 2 break points at 1-2-1 in the decider, but he failed to make that extra step and forge the lead. Albot went on to win the tie-break 7-5 and secure the place in the last 16 despite winning 6 points less than the giant server. The 37-year-old Lorenzi is still capable of playing on a high level, taking down Ryan Harrison 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 in 2 hours and 5 minutes. Ryan fired 17 aces and he saved 6 out of 8 break points, enough for only a set as he managed to break the Italian only once. Every set was decided with a single break and Paolo earned a win after taking 12 of the final 16 points, breaking Harrison in the 9th game of the 3rd set for the first ATP quarterfinal since Istanbul last year. A qualifier Braden Schnewer will compete in the first ATP quarterfinal after a tight 6-4, 4-6, 7-6 win over the 3rd seed Steve Johnson in 2 hours and 6 minutes after saving 2 match points. Also, nothing could separate them and Steve won 1 point more than the Canadian, 102-101, pushing each other to the limits from start to finish and deciding the winner in the final set tie-break. Braden landed 18 aces and fended off 8 out of 10 break points and he won the opener 6-4 with a good return game at 2-2. Johnson gave his best to stay unbroken at 3-3 in the second set, repelling 5 break points to gain the momentum and securing the set with a break at 15 in Game 10 to send the encounter into a decider. There, the American was 5-2 up before the youngster started to climb back, pulling the break back in Game 9 and saving those 2 match points at 5-6 to reach the tie-break that he won 7-4 with a single mini-break for the most important triumph of his career so far. After losing the opening 2 matches of the season, the top seed John Isner is back on the winning course with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over Bernard Tomic in 74 minutes. John fired 27 aces and lost only 9 points behind the initial shot, forcing Tomic to deliver similar numbers to stay in contention. The Aussie saved 5 out of 6 break chances in the very last game of the match, although he couldn't win at least a set against such a strong rival despite a set point at 7-6 in the breaker. Nothing could separate them in the opening set, entering a tie-break after 12 commanding holds and just 31 minutes of play and continuing to chase each other there, with no room for errors. Tomic sprayed a forehand error in the very first point to send Isner in front, but he pulled the mini-break back in the 3rd point after a forehand error from the American. There were no mini-breaks in the next 12 points and John saved a set point at 6-7 with an ace and he secured a set with a good return in the 16th point for a 9-7. The second set offered 9 easy holds on both sides and Bernard served to stay in the match at 4-5, with extra pressure on his back. The Aussie saved 5 match points, 4 with winners before Isner finally converted the 6th one to seal the deal and move into the last 8 and grab the first win of the season.